This episode is sponsored by Develop with Tim. You guys looking for a speaker to come and talk about finances to your organization, school, business, nonprofit, after school program? We got it. If you guys are looking for some financial literacy books, we got it. And if you guys are just wanting to have a one-on-one or just want to reach out for a couple questions, we got you covered. Click the link that's in the description or visit developwithtim.com and let us go ahead and take care of you. Now let's go ahead and get into the episode.
Aim for the stars, never stop at the sky. Anything that make you better, you should give it a try. If you really want to win, you got to give it a chance. I was lost way before I started taking a stance. Money all over the world, but it's all up to you. And everything that I learned, I'ma tell it to you. You have a gift, all you need is a goal. Footsteps waiting to happen, all you need is a road.
Welcome to another edition of the Win-Win Podcast. Y'all already know who I am. And listen, y'all, I have another dope guest for y'all. I'm just trying to bring y'all to my people, especially from the city, Darlington, South Carolina. We representing today. So I got a dope person with Erin. Erin, you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Oh, I am Erin. Erin McDaniel. I'm from Darlington, South Carolina. I graduated from Mayo. Transitioned and went to Claflin University, where I earned my bachelor's in sociology with a minor in education, CU. So yeah, I work in Florence now, but always great to be a part of someone from Darlington and just showing love, having a great time.
Oh, for sure, for sure. We got to go ahead and get in then, Erin. You said Claflin, HBCU.
Yes.
Something I wish I did. Oh, say that last part again. It kind of broke up a little bit.
The best.
The best.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Talk to him. So what was that experience like?
It was actually very, very good. I originally was at Francis Marion, and I did not like it at all. Oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, no, this is not for me. No, and I actually did really, really horrible. I did horrible at Francis. My GPA, I think it was like a 1.3. And yes, I was like, I don't even know where I could go with this GPA. So I'm looking around, thinking of schools, thinking of places, and stumbled upon Claflin. I also had some friends that were going there. So went to Claflin. I was like, I really want to go to your school. And they were like, not with that GPA. So I actually wrote a letter basically saying, I appreciate you guys even considering me, but I just want to let y'all know I'm going to do great things with or without Claflin. Whatever, but thanks. And lo and behold, a week later, I got an accepted letter. So I was like, wow, okay. Kudos to me actually saying, forget y'all.
Right.
Appreciate y'all. But yeah, I got in. So that's how that went.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Great.
That's dope. And that just early on, that already shows people how your environment can really boost you up.
Exactly. Yes, most definitely. And I wouldn't necessarily say Francis Marion was a bad school. It just wasn't the school for me. Like, I didn't really feel like it was a whole lot to do. I didn't feel, I don't know. I didn't feel like the community-ness and the I didn't get that from Francis Marion for me. I know other people have great experiences wherever they go. Claflin, they accepted me. I had a ball there. I still talk to some of my professors to this day. Me and the new president, we message each other on Facebook like, hey, hope you're doing great. You too. So it was a great environment for me. So I really, really enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good. Now, after graduating, I mean, I know, you're in business a little bit, but what all you do?
Right. After graduating, I think I went into like another low spot. Like, OMG, I graduated. I didn't do any. I did do interns. I did interns, but I didn't want to stay in Orangeburg because I was like, OMG, I graduated. Now what do I do? Oh my God, I'm kind of in a funky place. But actually, I went to the library like every day, just putting in applications. Yeah. And finally, I put in an application for PD adoptions. It's with the state of South Carolina. It's DSS. And I put in with adoptions and they hired me. I've been with them for 2 years now. And it's awesome. I love kids, but adoptions is awesome. I mean, some of these stories kind of, to get you teary-eyed seeing what some of these kids go through, but being that cherry on top, that ending for them, that great story where you put them in a home, you get them a great place and stuff like that, it's really rewarding. So I do love adoptions.
That's dope. That's dope. Because you get to directly and indirectly change lives
Right.
and do it every day.
Yes, every day. Every
So
day. So it is dope. I do love it. And even with my kids, you get a work phone and you got your personal phone. I have these kids calling me on my personal phone like, hey, can you come see me this week and not this? And it's just a great bond because it is hard, I think, with this generation to get to them because you got social media, you got the media period, songs, and sometimes they get wrapped up in that and you don't really know how you can relate to them or how you can talk to them. So to know that a great deal of my kids know they can come to me and talk to me and we really just have a great relationship, that's really rewarding too.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Now you do got something else going on, nonprofit. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that too.
Okay, so I have a nonprofit, Heyo. Not sure if y'all could see it, but helping all youth overcome. And it actually was created when I was at Claflin. I was doing a teacher shadow, and when I was in the classroom, it was two sets of twins. I will never forget these two boys. Every day they came to school, they did not have paper, pencil, like they didn't have the basic necessities for school. They would share crayon box, or they would share their pencil sharpener, they would share the pencils, the markers. And I'm like, where are y'all school supplies? Like this is every day. And they also acted out. So once I realized their backstory and everything that they have going in their lives at just first grade, which is 6 years old, I was like, oh wow, I need to
Right.
like I don't know what kids have going on. And they really didn't have a lot. Like what they had was what they had. That's really all they had. They had to share
Mhm.
amongst each other. So when that happened, I was kind of like, okay, if this is happening in Orangeburg, I know this has to be happening in Darlington. So 2019, I graduated, and that's kind of when Heyo began because I had more free time, more, time to focus on actually branding and building my organization. And we did our first event in July of 2019, and it was awesome. I mean, we gave away free, everything was free. We gave away free school supplies, pencils, papers, calculators, rulers. And then I also wanted to do something like really, really special. So I gave away free AirPods, free Jordan.
Mm.
What else did I give away? Tanger outlet gift cards. Like I was just going all out.
What
Oh,
I'm talking about?
it was great though. Then the back to school event. We actually have a back to school event. So it was my dad was on the grill. My mom was monitoring the bouncy house. I had my brother doing the speaker with the music. So it was just awesome. Like it felt like a backyard cookout. And I just wanted to make it really, really personable to these people. Like, there are people out here that care about y'all. There are people that want y'all to get a great education. So that just went really, really well. It went great. And from there, we've just been doing really, really good. We did have COVID. So that kind of, took me for a step back. But every year we do it. It's awesome. And it just elevates each year. Like each year I get people I don't know to help. I think my last person who donated like tons and tons of book bags and school supplies was in Maryland. So it's awesome how much this thing grows each year. So I'm just really, really proud of her. Hey yo.
So, so for you, like being the founder and the originator, like how does this make you feel seeing that, someone all the way from Maryland is, seeing you in South Carolina doing major things?
It's an awesome feeling. It really is an awesome feeling. And sometimes you can get overwhelmed. And I really feel like that's just with anything. But just to have like an a business and to see, people donating, people sharing it, kids coming out, people, like I said, in Maryland and all over the place actually donating and spreading the word. You should bring so and so to here, they can get free school supplies and just grants. And then these people saying, oh, I can get you money this way, you don't even have to pay for all this stuff. Because 2019 everything was out of pocket. I did not know anything from a grant to a loan. I didn't know nothing. So it's just really, really just eye-opening and awesome to see how much it's growing and spreading. It's doing great each and every year. So very, 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 very happy with it.
Now, for the nonprofit, is it like a certain age range that you focus on, or is it like
It is and me and my brother, we were kind of going back and forth with that because family is also great, great for me. I love my family, but I wanted just like grade school. I wanted kindergarten to 12th grade, but college students struggle too. So now I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm helping all youth overcome. I mean, y'all growing into adults in college, but y'all still need help. So right now it's kindergarten to 12th grade. But hopefully, I have been seeing some people do like I think it's adopt a senior or something like adopt that kid and pay for their bedspread and bathroom set and stuff like that for when they do transition to college. So I'm thinking about doing that. If not this year, definitely next year. But it is kindergarten to 12th grade. And I think my range that I really, really hit is elementary. It is so many elementary school kids that I get. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. So I know you said it's growing every year. So what is this year kind of looking like? Or can you give us those details?
Yeah, of course, of course. So this year, I'm thinking we're gonna do because we're kind of getting over COVID. COVID is still in the air, but we're kind of getting over COVID. So last year I actually had to have the back to school event in a building, and we had to do 2x2s and two people come in, sanitize and stuff like that. So this year I was thinking about actually doing a kind of like a water fight, water slides, like something extra fun because we was on lockdown. Y'all was on y'all computers. Everything was virtual. Like I want something more fun.
Right.
So that's what we're looking at this year. We're looking at still outside, still great vibes, but we talking water fights, water guns, the grill, just that's the more feel that I'm looking for. So that's probably what we're gonna do this year coming up. Well, this year.
For sure. Yeah, man. And later on in the podcast, we're gonna talk about like how people, like the audience listening in, can support you guys and everything like that because this is what we're here for.
Yeah,
We gotta uplift each other, and especially too, the youth. They are the future, so why not pour into them while you're young? And so let's get on topic. We're about to dig in. So for you going through like your journey in life and everything, going to college, graduating, getting into entrepreneurship with your nonprofit, making a difference, what would you say has been the most challenging aspect of all of this?
The most challenging, I probably would have to say it would probably be two things. I would have to say the support. Like I got support from strangers more than I got support from the people that I actually knew. And that kind of played on my heartstrings because I'm always somebody's cheerleader. Like I'm there, I'm supporting how much you need, what I got to do for this, what I got to do for that. So then when the time came for me and I'm stepping out of my shell and I'm now in the limelight doing something great, it's kind of like, you didn't share my post. Like it's something small. I didn't ask you for it. Like I just needed you to share it. Get it, and that was from like my close people. So that kind of was like, wow, like that's crazy. And then I had people I did not even know sending me $200 to support, and it kind of got me in my feels. But I was like, okay, Erin, you gotta look at the big picture. I'm glad that you're seeing this. Like now you're seeing, okay, next time she have something, you need to know, okay. But it was just eye-opening, like, wow, a stranger is really my biggest fan right now. And then this person that I've been rocking with since grade school, they can't even share a post. So that kind of was like, oh, wow, really, really eye-opener for me. But then also just believing, like just knowing whatever you want, whatever you're thinking about, it's going to happen. And you can't think about it too much more. Like prayer and manifestation, I definitely believe that those things are real. Anything I set my mind to, anything I believe, it'll come. I just have to be patient and wait on it. Now, the waiting process can play with your mental because you're like, okay, it's been 3 months now. when are we gonna see something? Right? When? Golly, how long?
Yeah, looking up like, hey, what's up?
Okay. I mean, I've been obedient. I've been doing what you asked me to do. Come on now. But that I also had to learn that in that waiting process, it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, you see stuff. You see, oh wow, they're not really for me, or oh wow, this is happening. So it's beauty in that process, that waiting process, that struggle, that as you're going to the top. So just seeing who is for me and actually being patient in the waiting process to looking at my final product. Those were the two main things that were just like, wow.
So I listen. I understand that all too well, especially with the people you grew up with, thinking they're gonna support you,
Right.
and it's all the way different. So how did you handle that?
I did, because I'm very outspoken. I did, like, hey, I told you about this. Remember, I told you helping out your third come. We're gonna have this. I'm gonna put out flyers and stuff. You didn't share it, and it's been like 3 weeks now. And I was thinking you were gonna do that. Oh well, I'm sorry. No, you're not. But okay, thanks. I'm glad. So I guess if it's somebody that I thought I was really, really close with, I am gonna ask. But with other people, it's like, okay, I peep, got it. Now I'm gonna move accordingly. So it's more so really picking your battles, like, people I genuinely value. And then others, it was just like, got it. So I did speak on some, didn't speak on others, and I'm still growing and still elevating. So I think I am doing something right now. So yeah.
So for the audience, a lot of people, they're tuning into the podcast because they're trying to figure out, like, how to win in these aspects and stuff. So they're experiencing something similar to this, or they're going to.
Right.
What do you have like a thought of why do people behave in this manner? Like, they see someone they grew up with trying to do something positive, like especially something positive like helping all youth overcome, and then they just fail to really show the support. Why do you feel people maneuver that way?
It can be a variety of reasons, honestly, but you never know. It may be something in their life like, dang, I really wanted to step out and do something, and now look at her. It may be that. It may be a jealousy thing. It may be, oh, she's showing, or she's showboating, because that was another thing that I got. I was showboating, and I was making it seem that I had money and I could do all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. We're not looking at the core thing. Okay, yes, I have money. Okay, but I'm giving it away. I mean, why are we upset about that? Like, so it was kind of like, okay, some people, they're going to behave how they're going to behave, and you can't really fault them, because that may be the way they were brought up. They may be going through something that's making them act in a way that's how they're seen or how they're noticed. Like, okay, if I don't show support, if I don't do this, she's going to notice. So then she may double back and talk to me. You never know, honestly. I mean, people, I hate to say this, people are weird. Some people are weird. So, I mean, it could be a lot of things, really, but you just always have to I look at stuff half full. Like, granted, they doing what they doing. They got going on what they got on. I have to keep going. Like, I have to keep grinding and being great. Definitely pray for them. Hopefully they get out of this foggy state, but they're going to react. They're going to do what they're going to do. We got to focus on Erin. And, I mean, it can be disheartening. It can make you feel a ways, but I look at it like, I'm glad I see it. So now I know, okay, Erin, So that's really just, you just got to put people in a certain place, really.
That's a fact. 100%. So through your experience, just bringing the community together, would you say that was like minus those people who you thought was going to support, do you feel like it was hard trying to bring people together for this common cause, or do you feel it was more difficult?
I think it was, I wouldn't necessarily say it was hard, because I learned if you got something free, people are going to come. Yeah, people are going to come. I would say the hard part about it was actually reaching the people that really didn't have anything. That was the hard part. Like, okay, I'm posting free, 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 free. And now I have everybody coming, but what about the people who don't have transportation? Or what about the people who are actually in the hood and they can't get what I'm giving exactly? This is designed specifically for you. I want to give you and your children their basic needs so they can succeed in school. But I got Miss Peggy who live in a $250,000 house bringing all her grandkids. And they can afford the free school supplies. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was kind of the hard part. Like, okay, how could I actually get to people that really, really need it? And so despite going on social media and posting, I had to wake up early every Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning, and I would go to the low income neighborhoods and, hey, free school supplies. Like, I literally went in my car to each spot that wasn't up to par, wasn't having their way like that. And I gave them a flyer, gave them a brochure. I went to every door until I ran out, and then went back to Office Depot, printed some more, and did it all again next week. So it's basically finding the avenues that fit exactly what you're looking for, because you can post, people can come, but are you hitting the audience you really want to hit? That was the struggle. That was the kind of struggle for me.
That, two
You
things.
have to get out there. And that's what I didn't know. I was like, I could post this on social media. Like, people gonna come, I post it on social media. Then when I had the first event in 2019, I had a lot of people, but these people had on Yeezys. These people had on, like, they was having their way. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. I'm glad you came. I'm glad, little Ray Ray and John getting free school supplies, but you could afford them. So I had to think of a way, like, okay, Erin, how could you really reach the people you're trying to reach? You gotta get out there. Like, you have
So,
to.
man, all right, two things. One, I'm asking these questions because I know other people want to do something, like how you're doing.
Right.
And also, because I want to as well too. Like, no lie, I want to have a nonprofit, service a particular area. Um, but also too, you got out your comfort zone. Like, what was that like?
Oh my goodness. And I also went into businesses. I think I was okay knocking on some of the doors once they realized what I was handing out. But you just can't knock on doors, Like, who you? What you need? Huh? And then, it's free school supplies. Please don't close the place. So it was kind of like that. But I really realized these businesses, some of them were like, oh my God, I am nervous. Like, this is another entrepreneur, and I'm nervous in front of them. Come on, Erin, you're good. Like, come on. I went to barbershops, I went to hair salons, and I really went locally, like smaller restaurants. Like, hey, I'm giving out free school supplies. I'm over here on Cleveland Street. I just wanted to know if you could put this up. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. So it wasn't so much of their reaction. It was me actually, Erin, you can do this. Like, maybe the age difference kind of intimidated me, or kind of like, okay, these people have been here for like 30 years and you're going in there with a fire. That kind of was scary at first, but like I said, I had to do it, because if not, I'm going to be giving my money to people who have it already, and that
Right.
wasn't. So, like you said, I had to step out of my comfort zone. Like, I had to go in these places and move accordingly. And even when I did that, I made connections. Like, oh yeah, I remember you. You had so and so last year, and I was like, yes, I did. Like, yes, you remember me. So that helped me a lot. And granted, you're always gonna deal with people who may not support. May just give you a little eye, but gotta keep trucking. You gotta look at it like, okay, cool. You don't support the movement. That's fine. Thank you for your time, and just move accordingly. So, yeah, that was a journey, but I am glad that I kept going with it.
Yeah, me too. Cause man, this entrepreneur journey, it
I
doesn't
know.
get easy. It doesn't feel like it get any easier.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I do love the journey, despite any and everything that comes with it. It's a beautiful journey because I also feel like you wouldn't get the thought if it wasn't meant for you to do it. You know, a lot of people get the thought, Erin, I mean, Quez, you need to do this, or Ashley, you need to do this, and they get it, and it goes away, and they don't act on it, and then somebody else picked it up, and now it's booming. So you get these thoughts for a reason, I believe, and you need to act on them. No matter what comes your way, just keep going through each step of the process. It's really rewarding. It really is.
That's a motivation for me right there. About to end the episode now.
Seriously.
But that's facts though. I feel like because there's been some things too that I'm like, dang, I want to do this or I want to do that, but I don't act on it right then, and then I see someone else do it, and I'm like, I still wanted to, but I don't want to seem like I'm being a copycat or something like that.
But also, there's gonna be a million people selling lemonade. A million people lemonade. Ain't nobody gonna sell lemonade like you sell lemonade. That's a fact. Everybody do hair. Everybody is a barber. They don't do hair and cut hair like you cut hair. They're not gonna get that revenue that you do. And that's I'm glad you brought that up. That's how a lot of people think. Like, oh, everybody doing that. Everybody selling clothes. Everybody, okay, and there's more than one computer, and they
right.
Come on, like you just have to. You gotta go after it, whatever it is, however you feel about it. And it'll grow. Like if you believe in your business, the money gonna come. The support is gonna come. You never know who's watching, who's looking at you, who's sharing. The support is going to come if you believe in your vision and your brand. Period.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you, cause I was thinking about it before. I'm like, dang, somebody else doing it. I don't want like a copycat, but I'm like, I'm still gonna do it because my part and my segment is different than theirs. So like you're saying, the people who we're trying to target is gonna be two different types. But again, we can all do something positive. So for me, I'm in the financial literacy space. Right. I want to start a movement, or like a nonprofit called Black Money Movement. Really, like trying to get
a card.
You said what?
Card. Awesome. Yes.
So and I don't know if it's gonna be completed by the time I edit this episode or not, but basically what the movement is gonna be is like a collective of us as African American men and women just banding together and just really spreading the information, the knowledge of financial literacy to the people who need it the most, like you said, in those lower income areas. Some people who's borderline lower income and middle class, just to push them over that mountain and get them out of that lifestyle that they used to live in, put more money in their pocket.
That's awesome. And that's exactly what we need because, audience, we just gonna keep it real. Everybody don't have the same environment that everybody else have. Like, granted, I was fortunate enough to learn about financial literacy when I was younger from my mom. But my dad didn't know that much about financial literacy. So if these people don't have this information coming up, they're never going to know. They're not going to know why they need credit. They're not going to know why they need a bank account. They're not going to know why they need history of actually borrowing and paying back and all this. It's needed definitely in our community. So yes, kudos to you. Do it. I'm all for it. That is just awesome. Like, seriously. And it's needed. Is needed.
For sure. And also, too, another point a lot of people miss is I was talking to someone, right? It's supposed to be about you, but I'm going to just say this one thing.
No, it's a podcast. It and everything. We give it and take it.
So, yeah. So I was talking to this dude, one of my friends. He was like, his parents has used his credit and was like, oh, all Black parents use their kids for credit. And in my mind, I'm like, no, like it shouldn't be like that. We need to start putting investments for our kids when they're young. We need to start adding them, like, we gotta be responsible, of course, but adding them as like authorized use on those credit cards that we're paying and keeping up with, because they're gonna get that whole history. So once they become 18, 19, then they can get anything that they want with a lower interest rate.
Right. Most definitely. A lot of something else that I'm noticing is a lot of the kids that I worked with, they don't even have a bank account set up.
Mm-hmm.
They have nothing. They don't know how to write a check. They don't know what the importance of credit is. They don't know why they need a bank account. And that's core stuff. Even if it's just $50 to the side, it's yours. Your name is on it. There's also a way where you can get interest on that $50 that's in that bank. Like, it's things that our community needs to know. So yes, it is. And it's shocking how much we don't know. Our community does.
Mm.
So yes, that definitely needed, definitely supported already because yeah, it's needed.
Listen, man. Well, when we get off of here, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more. Well,
Okay.
I can't put it all out. I don't know if it's gonna be out or not by this episode.
Oh yes.
But yeah, it's pretty dope though. And honestly, like seeing people like you get active in the community and a couple other people as well too, just trying to do more positive things, bring more people together,
Right.
especially where we're from right now because it's crazy out there.
Telling you.
Um,
Yes.
so I just want to be able to get with everybody and just be like, hey, y'all, let's just bring something good, positive, big, and just show out.
Right. It's really that simple. And it doesn't take much to have a good time and also grow and learn in the process. Where we from, if y'all don't know, we are from Darlington. And Darlington, I think, is getting worse. Like with the crimes, with the kids, like it's a lot in our city, honestly. And it's guns this and music this and drugs this. And granted, we're not saying, you have to go off to college and do A, B, C, and D, but at least get this basic information. After you
Right.
get this information, do what you want to do. But just get this basic knowledge, this core stuff, So yes. Yeah.
So we about to do some good things going forward.
Oh, definitely. I'm already speaking it. And I already said I'm serious on that stuff. Anything I speak, I believe what I speak. I wait to see what I speak coming to fruition. And that's it. It's coming. So
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Now, I'm gonna get back on you, Aaron. We're about to get back on you real quick. So, again, you came this far. All of this, we talked about the challenges. We talked about some of the struggles, all of that good stuff. What would you say has been the biggest loss or lesson for you, for yourself in your journey?
The biggest loss and lesson. Or is that together?
Oh, it was like either the biggest loss or lesson, whichever one you're gonna focus on.
The biggest loss. I don't think I've had a big loss yet. I really don't think I've had a big loss yet. I do think with COVID, I wasn't able to reach as many as I wanted to, maybe because I wasn't able to get out there as much as I would have wanted to. I would say my biggest lesson was not telling everyone my vision. Because I do have a vision for Heyo. Heyo right now is a nonprofit that gives away free school supplies. However, that's not the main goal for Heyo. Heyo, I definitely see it to be bigger and in a different space sooner or later. But what I was noticing as I was telling these things, what I want for Heyo to certain people, it was kind of like, you gonna do all that? What you gonna get out of it? Can we say that's great? Can we say kudos to you? Can we say, okay, how can I assist? Or I may know this person who may be able to help you with that. That I think, again, it shows, who's really there for you. But it was a huge lesson. I cannot share everything great or everything that I want for myself or my business with everybody, because everybody isn't going to see it the way I see it. They may see it as me showboating, where I see it as me giving to receive something greater later. Like, I'm a huge giver, but I never boast about all the stuff that I give or all the things that I do. And that can be taken and twisted around because I know I was sharing with one of my family members, like, and that was just a family member. wasn't even my homegirl or nothing. Just a family. Like, okay, this is what I really want to do. Like, I think this would be great. Darlington needs this. Like, this would be awesome. Why would you do all that? Like, you taking away from other businesses. Like, I don't think that's a great idea. Like, I mean, if you want to do it. But I just feel like you wasting money. Like, why would you put all that into there? And okay, gotcha, thanks. And then when I shared it with my mom or my dad, that's awesome. You know what? You actually could do it right here. Or you know what? If you do that, there's also this person that I could hit up and they could help you. It's all about who you talk to, because this person or this person, that person or that person. And then if you talk to this other person, they don't support it, or they're not seeing your vision, or they're not on the same wave as you. And that was also a big lesson for me. Like, okay, I can't share my greatness with everybody because everybody isn't going to appreciate it, and they're not going to see it how I see it. So,
and yeah, like you said too, they start projecting their fears on you.
Right.
I heard this saying. This guy, he said the biggest way to kill a big dream is to introduce it to a small mind. So like we got all these small-minded people around us.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Definitely. Right. And then that also can tug at your mind. Like, am I doing too much? No, I'm not. Well, that would be, like that can really mess with you. Like, even though you may not portray, like, man, whatever. Then you get your room, you're like, oh, was that a lot? Yeah. So you got to be mindful of who you allow around you and in your creative space and in your environment, because it just take a small little drop of and your whole mindset, your whole vibe can just be shifted. So yes, you definitely have to be mindful of who you allow around you.
So for those people, like you talk to some of the youth, do you mentor any of the youth at all? Or would you call yourself a mentor in a sense?
A mentor? I'm not really. I don't think I would call myself a mentor. I get that word from them, maybe, but I don't see myself as that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up the real meaning of a mentor. Be one. I don't know, but right. I just feel like, because I'm not with them every day, like even though we do communicate via phone, via social media, I feel like I need to be in your space. Like, okay, now maybe this. But some of the kids that I do talk to a lot, I could see them seeing me as that. But I don't know. I don't see it, but they do. So maybe I don't.
The reason I was asking was because I was wanting to know, like, if you were talking to them about being mindful of who they're sharing their big dreams with,
right?
I was wondering, like, how would you tell them, what signs would you tell them to look out for when communicating with certain people?
Kind of the same signs that we have, because our age group act a little childish too now. But basically, like if you talk, I have this one boy in Colombia that I talk to every day. He's actually one of my foster children, nicknamed Mickey. So I tell him, you kind of been getting in trouble a lot lately, and this is not you. Like, you make A's and B's. I've got good, feedback from your teachers and counselors at school. Like, what is going on? Like, where are you at right now? And it was his friend group. And I'm like, okay, granted, yeah, you listen to this music, y'all may play this game, but you cannot allow these things to mold who you are. You probably are not going to see Lil Johnny in 5 more years. And Lil Johnny is going to mess up what you got going on right now. Let's not do this. Let's not, because right from wrong. You know how to operate. If you get a sense or you get a feeling or that gut is telling you, I might not need to do this, go with it. Because, like I said, you're not going to know this boy. Y'all are not blood brothers. Y'all did not get it out the mud, like y'all like to say. You're not gonna see this boy 5 to 6 years from now. And now you done messed up a chance to go to this school because you got caught with him. We got to be mindful of what we do. And I have seen that has helped a lot. Like, even, he said, he kind of, he looked at me a certain way, like, why you ain't at our table? Why you ain't? No, I'm good. I'm good right here. I got a lot going on. Make up something. Awesome. I love it. Right off the dome with it. And slowly and but surely, he's good now where he's at, or he's rocking with a new crowd, or he got a new friend, or he's being selective with who he allows in his space. So, kind of is the same, but just knowing, like, you got to feel out, you got to know within you. So yeah, kind of for the most part, yeah.
I like the way you broke that down too, because a lot of our parents or grandparents would be like, "Oh, don't hang. Just make sure y'all hang with the right people." It's like, shoot, what is the right people?
Right. Exactly. Right.
Like, what signs to look for?
Because they thinking, oh, that's Willa Mae grandson. Willa Mae, she go to church every Sunday. Willa Mae, she help on the youth choir. That's Willa Mae. We talk about Willa Mae grandson hang out with them street.
Right.
You don't know Willa Mae grandson like we know Willa Mae grandson. So right, yeah, you got to know. You have to decipher through all of this. Like, you have to be able to see or feel this ain't right. I can't do this. So yeah.
For sure. Well, listen, and I really appreciate all of that. Now we getting close to the end. So what would be a good way for the people to reach out to you? Like, if they had any questions, they'd like to donate to or contribute to, how you say it? Heyo?
Heyo.
Heyo. Okay, I didn't want to say it wrong. I know it's HAYO.
Yes. Helping our youth overcome. We Facebook page, literally helping our youth overcome. If you type it in, it'll pop up. And then we also have an Instagram, h.a.y.o. And then also myself, Erin McDaniel on Facebook, and then _McDaniel on Instagram. Those are the only two platforms I use. I'm not really hip to Twitter. Yeah, so those are really my only two platforms that I have, Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, for sure. Now, what ways could they contribute or donate?
Oh yes, so Hayo actually has a Cash App, and then I have my personal Cash App. But we have a email address. It's helpingallyouth@yahoo.com. No. It's helpingallyouth@aol.com. Had to take it back. I had to go to AOL.
AOL.
Yeah, AOL. Y'all remember AOL?
I don't want to.
Helping all youth at AOL. AOL come through. Ain't no ads, no gimmicks. Nice little email address. So yes, we got that email address. My Hayo Cash App, I think it's Hayo EM. Yeah, I think it's Hayo EM. $ Hayo EM. And then my thing is, I really don't need the cash part. It's more so if you can donate pencils or dry erase markers or rulers, like the actual stuff. I need the items more so the money, because the money is gonna go towards paying for the food or paying the charcoal or the juices. Send the supplies. That's what I need, the supplies. So if you would like, I can always use supplies or anything like that. In Darlington, a lot of people know me, so you forgot any of the names or anything like that, somebody know how to get me to drop off them supplies. So yes.
And also too, just in case we didn't get the cash out right, we're gonna also have everything in the description, y'all. So make sure y'all check out that description.
Right.
Now, let me see if there's anything else. And if you have an address too, you don't have to say it out loud right now. If you have like a mailing address or something, then I'll put that in. But if not, it's all good. They can just reach out to you.
I do have an address. Send stuff or drop off anything. Yes, got that.
All right, listen, we just trying to make sure you're straight. We want to help the youth too.
Hey, and the financial literacy coming, y'all. So we gonna be on Tim Wave soon now.
Hey, listen. Yeah, man. All you gotta do is say the word. Hey, tell them we need you to come down here and get some game. And I'm
there
dead. Shoot, I said on camera too, so you can always refer back.
Exactly.
So, all right. So like just to wrap it up though, Erin, I'll have all of my guests leave the audience with something powerful that they can go and create. Like they can either take what you say, like, oh, Erin said this, and create a win, or they can say, oh, this is Erin's favorite quote, yada yada. You know, they go build up off of it, and then boom. So just something powerful.
The 3 things I live by are stay out the way, because it's not great to be in the limelight all the time. Stay out the way. Stay out the way. Get money. You got to get money. You got to have money. We need money to survive. And be happy. Whatever it is you like to do, somebody else might not like to do, this is your life. Be happy with your life, what you got going on. Promote yourself, promote your brand. You know, don't be afraid to get out there. Look, you have a ball with this physical life you have right now. Get money, stay out the way, and be happy. That's simple.
I'm gonna say one more time, y'all. Stay out the way. Get that money. Go ahead and count it up.
Okay.
And make sure y'all happy.
Be happy.
Listen, Erin, definitely appreciate you taking the time, hop on the podcast, all the game you gave the audience. Man, can't wait to see what the future holds for you, for the nonprofit, and all the kids whose lives you're going to change. So again, just want to say appreciate you.
Yes, and thank you for having me. This was really fun. I was low-key nervous, like, okay, what team going to but this was great. This was awesome. And I'm even more excited to see what you're going to do as well, because you having a podcast and asking questions and, you know, being personable with people, that's a lot too. So kudos to you and all the other people that you're connecting with as well. So if I can help you grow, you can help me grow. It ain't nothing to help somebody else while you going to the top too. So yes, if I can be of assistance in any way, let me know.
For sure. I got you on camera now.
Okay. Y'all
all right then. Hey y'all, make sure again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Stay out the way, get that money, be happy. We'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? If you guys are looking for a speaker to come speak to your school, your organization, nonprofit, after-school program, look no further. Visit developwithtim.com, developwithtim.com. Fill out the speaker's intake form, and someone from the team will be in contact with you. Now, you guys, have a good day. Back to the episode. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I appreciate everyone for tuning into the episode. If you guys are looking for different ways you can support the podcast, visit us on Patreon. It's NextGen CEO, NXTGEN CEO. The link will be in the description for this episode. But again, anything you guys can do to support the podcast is very much appreciated. With the Patreon, there are a couple different tiers, so each one of them come with their own benefits. But again, go visit us on Patreon. NextGen CEO, NXTGEN CEO. And again, appreciate you guys.
You have a gift, all you need is a goal. Footsteps waiting to happen, all you need is a road.